Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Um, I think... I think I'm gonna hold off on the One Piece chapter review until tomorrow, later today, which will be Wednesday. Along with that, and 12 days of anime, I'm going to do some of the verses. I'm gonna try to do most of them. I think I can do most of them, because Thursday is pretty much probably just going to be Psycho-Pass and stuff, so I'll try to do 4 tomorrow. It's a real tough job to do, but we'll see what I can do about it. And maybe 4 on Thursday. If I can pull that off, I'll have done all the set too. Now, Pet Girl Sakurasou. I'm sorry, but I understand. Rita, yeah. I understand, you solved your problems with Shiro and everything, and yeah, that's nice. I'm sorry, but what you did in this episode, yeah, wrong. Dead wrong. Like, no. Dead wrong. That's like, I hope when you get on the plane, Michiru doesn't get on the plane, and the plane crashes. Alright, maybe I'm being too rough on this. But the fact of the matter is, you're a cold-hearted bitch, and regardless what you say, what she said to sorata, not acceptable. Not acceptable. I don't care who the fuck you are. You don't say that shit. She basically looks at him and says, oh, after the festival's over, I'm taking her back to England. Somebody's waiting for her. I'm like, oh, her father? Oh, yeah. Then why would she send to Japan? Doesn't make sense. Regardless, that's more or less what happened in this episode. There was that part, and the whole everything else. In the beginning part, though, of the episode, which is pretty funny, we see sorata, he's making these chocolate bananas. He is totally out. He's like drained. He's like Night of the Living Dead. He's like, and the thing that disturbs me about this situation is Nanami. See, I would have been fine with this situation of Michiru going back if Nanami seemingly loved sorata and they were going to get together. But no, you have this bullshit guy, this guy from his class who likes Nanami. So now, sorata has nobody. Nobody. But anyway, he's doing that in the classroom, and he's told to go to the prep room. And this is during the festival. And they're going to premiere this video game that they put together called, I forgot the name of the animated game. Well, anyway, it's a video game based off an anime. And, pretty much that's what's going on. They're planning the video game, and it's almost done. It's almost finished. But the thing is, and they're planning it, and while they're planning it, and they're at home, and we have this interesting scene with Nanami. She's in the bathroom and she's weighing herself. She's weighing herself, and she's like, oh, she's shocked. And then he bumps in there, sorata, by accident. And he was telling her, oh, if you stand on one foot, you will lose weight, a kilometer. And then she did that. She's like, oh. It was like an embarrassing scene. But anyway, that's when he bumped into Rita, and she told him this. And I'm like, and the thing is this. How the fuck does Rita expect to continue to stay there when she is obviously going to take Mashiro away. Now, the only person who knows about this is Sorata, and he hasn't said anything to anyone. So, my feelings are this. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? I mean, I knew she was going to do this. I knew it was going to happen because of last week. Because she said that, oh, at the end of that whole shebang thing with the emotions riding high, that she was going to do this. She wasn't going to give up on it. But she got a phone call. It's her father, Mashiro's father. Yeah, some father. I'm going to send my daughter to Japan, and then I'm going to say, oh, time to come home. Then what was the point of sending her in the first place? But anyway, that's the story. And after that, we have basically the emotions. The entire time they're working on this video game, Sorata, he doesn't have his head in the game. So, more or less, the only scenes that were really of importance in this episode, and I'm doing a summary, but not too much, really. They're just working on the video game, and we have a scene where after the thing with Rita, he sees Mashiro, and Mashiro goes away to do something. He wanted to say something to her, but he never did get a chance to. And then we have the whole thing with Sorata. He's in the prep room with Ryunosuke, and they're working on the game, and Ryunosuke is like, hey, he's doing this to him, saying, you know, you got to get your head in the game, because you can't have second guessing on this project, because it's near completion. As the director, you really need to. And he gives him a piece of paper, and on the piece of paper is the guy, the big famous guy who does video games. I forgot his name, unfortunately. This was the guy he went for the interview for, and he didn't know what to do with it. And he was doing a seminar at the school, and I guess, and Sorata was there to observe. And he tells everyone there, you have to use sway the emotions of your heart. At least that's what it seemed like he was saying to him. And then we had that scene with Sorata, and he was like, you know, because his head's not in the game with this festival because of the whole thing with Mashiro. But Mashiro then bumps into him after the seminar and takes him to where Misaki and Jin is. And this is where, whoa, shit really hits the fan. And I'm probably going to give this episode, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. A 4 out of 5, not as high as last week. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 because I thought it was mostly just them being at the festival and working. But besides that, we had the thing with Mashiro, Sorata, and that bitch, Rita. Yes, I'm calling her a bitch. She's a bitch. She's called out a bitch. Deal with it. She's called out a bitch. I don't care what you have to say. Fact of the matter is, she's taking Mashiro away from here, and she's going back where people want her. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mashiro's going to be miserable. Just to let you know. She's going to be miserable. And she's not going to want to do what she wants to do. Just putting it out there. But anyway, they bump into Jin. Jin was talking to Fuka, who looks like Misaki-senpai, but actually isn't. Fuka is Misaki's sister. Jin was going out with her. It's his ex-girlfriend. I was surprised when I heard that shit. I was like, what? And he was actually sleeping with her. Because she looks like Misaki. And I'm like, that's shocking. And the whole thing with Misaki, and she's depressed after hearing that shit. And she already knew, apparently, that he was going to go to Osaka College. But that's not what's upsetting her. She was upset because she felt that he was going to still go out with Fuka, but he says, no, I don't want to. And then she's like, jokingly, I'm not serious. I was joking. It was like a joke, kind of. And then we're just left with that. And, Misaki, she's like head, down, sitting on the steps, and we think she's depressed. She isn't. She's happy because of the fact that she says, I still have a chance. And what she said to Sorata made me felt that message was directed at her, but more to Sorata. Saying that no matter where someone is, you could find them. Your emotions will find you. Give or take. That was the whole bit. Because even though, in other words, even though Jin is going to be in Osaka College, in Osaka, she could always go see him. Of course, I can't see Sorota getting on a plane to England. I mean, it's not a bullet train away. But that's what she was saying to him. And then after that, they go back to the prep room. And Mishiro's leaning on, before they go to the prep room, Mishiro's leaning on Sorota's shoulder and saying, I want to create a memory of this, and so on and so forth, with everybody. And then after that, they go back to the club room, the prep room, and Mishiro's leaning on Sorota's shoulder, and he's really looking at the thing. He's going over things in the prep room, and he's thinking about what Misaki Senpai said and what the guy of the video game seminar said, and he makes a connection, and he says, my heart and everything, emotions, and that's when he comes up with an idea, and he just gets up and he goes right into Rinosuke, and he comes up with this big idea of how to finish the game. And the way to finish the game is the cat who's the anime, I think it's Naruban, very bad names on that. We let, in the game, Naruban loses all its energy, and in order to bring back the energy and to use his final attack, we have everyone scream their emotions, their wishes or anything at the screen, and that will allow him to use this special move, Meatball Blast or something. And that's what he comes up with, and we see them all discussing it, and they're laughing about it, and they all were working on it. They're all working on it, and it's a moment, and they're finally finished, and it's like 5 hours into the show, and everybody decides to go to bed, which is pretty funny. And then after that, pretty much Mishiro and Sorota then huddle together and fall asleep outside in the same room. And that's how the episode ends. Now, 4 out of 5, these are my thoughts. I'm sorry. I don't like Rita. I'm sorry. Not as much as when she first arrived, because she obviously had demons in her closet with the whole thing. But still, it's bullshit. Okay? Bullshit. Okay? You're basically forcing her to go back. That's what you're doing. You're forcing her to go back. And I think that's horse crap. So, don't blame me when she tells you, I don't like you anymore. Don't blame me when she is miserable. Because that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, I can see it a mile away. I know what's going to happen. She's going to, after the festival, she's going to be going to Britain. Okay. Well, you're never going to see her smile again. Because Sorata's not there. And you fucked up. Oh, because of her father? Fuck her father. That's the way I look at it. Fuck her father. Because why did he send her to Japan in the first place? That's bullshit. I find that bullshit. But overall, this was an interesting episode. Because, like I said before, the whole thing with Misaki, that was like, I don't want to say lighter, but it really it was a connection of emotions between Misaki and Sorata, with kind of the same situation. But Misaki is panning out to be good, while Sorata doesn't know what to do. But Misaki kind of told him something that paved him in the right direction. But overall, this was a good episode, 4 out of 5. Rita, you need to go seek feelings counsel. You need to go in touch with your emotions, because you're very bad with your own emotions, because you're bad with words and you break news badly. And just to let you know, you're a cold hard bitch. Cold hearted. So, Rita, I don't care who, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. At the end of the day, she's a bitch. I'm sorry. That's the way it goes. She's a bitch, she's a bitch, she's a bitch. Anyone who's fans of this character, I have only this to say. Why? Why? It's pointless. It is pointless to be a fan of Rita, because in the end of the day she's being used as a character who is an obstacle. And if the entire time, this entire time, all she is doing is taking her back, what's the point? What's the point? But overall, this was a good episode. I'm wondering, next week is going to be the festival. Wondering how this is going to lay it out. Should be interesting. But yeah. And that's all I got for you guys. This is Bankai Night. I'll see you guys later. Rita. Bad move. Bad move. See ya.